So we're going to start this morning on this election day. We're going to start with our just centering for a moment, a little pranayama, a little meditation. And then we're going to move into our asana and finish up with hopefully a very delicious shavasana. Okay. So finding our asana, finding our seat. The word asana just means seat. So finding something that's comfortable, because if your body is talking to you the whole time you're seated, you won't be comfortable. So support your legs, support anything you might need to support your back. You can lean against a wall, put your bottom, shoulders, and back of the head on the wall, aligning the spine with all of its natural curves, just following the beauty of the spine itself. So letting your eyes close for a moment or two, just bringing yourself into the room. Notice where the mind goes first. The minute you bring it in, where does it go? Bring it back in. And just sitting with the breath for a few moments, not changing it, just observing it. Taking a soft gaze for the floor or closing the eyes completely. Bringing your awareness into the body. Notice the breath coming in the nostrils. Notice how it warms coming in and down. Breathing through the nose, warming, moistening, filtering, air coming in. Notice the exhale, air going out a little warmer. Let your body relax, your shoulders sink down as the spine lifts up. For just a moment, count the breath with me, beginning now. How many breaths? Stop your count, multiply by 3, and that's how many breaths you're taking in a minute now. Just file that away. Noticing again the breath itself, coming in, going out. Letting the universe breathe you for a few moments. Conscious of the breath, but not controlling it. And taking a moment to turn your thoughts in to today. The whole day that lies ahead of you. And let's start with a practice of gratitude for a moment. Just taking a few moments to be grateful. And taking a few moments thinking of our teachers, not only those who stood in front of us at schools, but our parents and our spouses and our children and our relatives and our friends. And then taking a moment to honor these practices that we engage in. These ancient sister sciences of yoga, viewed through the lens of Ayurveda. And then find an intention for your day, not just your practice, find an intention for this day. Letting that stay down in your heart space. Hold it there till the end of class. Join me if you can in one nice solid home to open our class. Gently letting your eyes flutter open on an inhale. And let's do just a little pranayama this morning, a little controlling of the breath. So we're going to control it with a count, making our exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. Okay? We're also going to pause in the middle of the breath. So we're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause, 1, 2. Inhale. Okay, so that's going to be our pattern. So that means you'll have to control it to move with the pattern. If it begins to feel uncomfortable, just let it go. We're not engaging in this to create stress in the body. Remember where the pran goes, where the breath goes, where the energy goes, the mind goes. So we want our mind to be calm today. We're just going to do some breath counting with longer exhales, 4 rounds, okay? So beginning with an exhale, exhaling the breath all the way out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause, 1, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause, 1, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause, 1, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause, 1, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause, 1, 2. Let it go. Let the control go and just notice where the breath goes, where the mind goes. All into the space of the body fully. Letting your spine lift up out of a heavy body. Notice the subtleness of the breath, the space of the breath. See if you can relax your abdomen. Let the breath move down as it will. Not controlling it, just relaxing, relaxing. And then on your next inhale, letting your eyes flutter open. So our next pranayama is going to be very simple. Dirga Rechak. So you're focusing on your long exhale again. But this time the exhale, you're controlling it, taking it slow and smooth and soft and gentle and evenly paced as you possibly can. And then grab an inhale, wherever you want, and then exhale again, slowly, gently, and deeply. So 4 to 6 rounds of Dirgha Vrecha, long exhaled breath. Beginning as you're ready, just with a regular exhale. Inhale in. And slow the breath down, as slow as you can, soft, smooth, gentle, even exhalation. Taking the time to complete the round that you're on, and just sitting for a moment with the breath. Again, we're going to count our breaths per minute, getting ready to start your count now. Stop, multiply by 3. That's your rate. Just file it away. Now we're going to move into a very gentle, soft meditation. So again, making sure your asana, your seat is comfortable, your spine erect, your body soft. No control of the breath, letting the universe breathe you. Just letting the breath go. Softening gently into the breath. Imagine it filling little spaces. Imagine the exchange of oxygen all over your body. Notice the thoughts that come in and let them pass by like clouds, just waiting, another one will come, but not engaging, just being with the thoughts.
letting them pass like clouds. As the breath quietens, the whole body quietens. The mind, noticing and letting go. Trying your best not to engage. Thoughts drifting on. Soften your body. Relax. Let the muscles soften. Eyes soften. Tongue soften. Drifting away like clouds. Looking for that clear place for a moment with no thought until the next one comes. Releasing the meditation, but stay with your breath. We'll count one last time. How many breaths remain? Beginning your count. Now. Stop. Multiply by 3. And just noticing your breath rate. You can bring it back and we can talk about it at the end of class. So just noticing what happens as you try to bring the body into greater relaxation. Just noticing. We're going to move into the asana section of our class. So getting yourself ready.
Good. So let's come to standing. Come very gently to standing. And finding yourself solid on your mat. Bringing in that quietness for a moment into our Tadasana. So bringing the quietness into your body. Just letting the body soften. Your feet are evenly balanced, front, back, side, side. Pelvic floor is balanced over the ankles. Hips over the ankles, shoulders over the hips, ears over the shoulders. Bringing yourself into alignment. Pull in the belly. Take a few breaths into the chest, into this low rib part of your chest. Just letting the ribs expand into what's called bucket handle breathing. Just bringing them in. Good. And then on your next inhale, let's just tuck the arms out to the side overhead and exhale right down the midline into the heart. 2 more times. Inhale, arms to the side, palms can touch. Exhale, draw the hands down and into the heart. 1 more. Inhale, arms reaching all the way to the top. Exhale, hands down and into the heart. Good. So let's take a little bit of a forward bend here, Hasta. Just to remind those of you, it is a half inversion. Your head is below your hips. So if you're not inverted today, if you're on your menstrual cycle or if you have glaucoma or any eye pressure problems, any reason not to put your head below your heart, below your hips, then you can stay here for this, okay? So the rest of us are going to fold over, all righty? So the same thing 3 times. Take an inhale. Exhale, arms down beside you. Inhale, arms reaching up. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, come halfway up. And then exhale, the rest of the way up. And inhale, hands into the heart. Good. Exhale, arms floating down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, all the way up, belly in. And inhale, hands to the heart. 1 more time. Exhale, arms down, flip your palms out. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, dive forward. Release your head. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, all the way up, belly is fine. And inhale, gently, hands into the heart. Pause. Good. And then let's add the elements of our Surya Namaskar in. Okay, just adding in the sun salute. We're just going to do 1 on either side. So preparing yourself at the front of your mat, getting nice and even. Okay, we're going to do it low, slow, and gentle. Okay, so often our sun salute is solar and masculine and hard, and today we're going to counteract that with our softness of doing it. Okay, so the method with which we attempt to work with the pose. So finding your Tadasana, go ahead and bring your hands into Namaskar. Like a nice inhale. As you exhale, let the arms float down. Flip the palms and inhale. Arms up overhead. Good. Exhale, beginning your dive forward. Stay halfway up if you need. Otherwise, drop the head. Inhale, gazing forward. And exhale, left leg back into a lunge. Let's drop to the knee and keep it low. Go ahead and stretch out your left foot, point your toe, get long. Press into the floor with the fingertips or the palms. Pull in your belly. Breathe. Just staying in this pose. Working in the hips. Do not let the hips go with gravity. Keep a little bit of tension there. And then curl the left foot under. Push back through the heel. Get long in the left leg. Plant your palms firmly and slip the right leg back to join the left. Plank pose. Pull in the belly. Drop to your knees. Pause here, take an inhale or two, a breath or two. And then as you can either hold the breath and then go down, which will let you support your chest a little more, or you can go down on an exhale. But our goal here is that our elbows go back, not to the side. Slowly lowering, chin and chest can touch or hover. And then as you come into long on the floor and up into cobra. Good. And you don't have to, you can use no hands on your cobra. Reach through the little toe sides of your feet. Press the little toenails into the floor firmly. Toes are pointing, gazing forward. And then let's curl the toes under. Press to your knees, briefly lift the hips and into mountain pose, often called downward facing dog. On your next inhale, look forward at the space between your hands. And we're going to gently step our left foot over by our left hand. If you'd like to drop to your right knee to do that, that's great. And then lower to the right knee, all of us. Press into the fingertips, lay out the right toes, press into the tops of the foot onto the floor. Breathe. And then curl the right toes under, come off the right knee. Inhale, a little hop to the front, long spine. Exhale, fold, or keep forward if you're not inverted. And inhale, arms to the sides, coming up, all the way up, gaze up. And exhale, hands into the heart. Second side, inhale, arms floating up. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, coming halfway up. Make sure your hands are on the floor, bend your knees as much as you need to make that happen, and step your right leg back into a lunge. Drop to the knee, lay out the right foot, lay the right foot all the way out. Perfect, good. Engage the pelvic basket, belly is in. There's a certain amount of muscular tension. You're not just hanging in the hips here. Good. And then curl the right toes under. Press through the right heel. Lift off the knee. Get long. And then press the hands down and step back into plank. Long line of energy. Crown of the head back through the heels. Pull in the belly. Good. Drop to your knees. And then remember here as we go to the floor, we're going to drop our chin and chest on either side of our hands with our elbows headed backwards. If they can touch or hover, you decide. And then as you're ready, laying the body out, experiencing cobra. Pressing the tops of the feet into the floor, especially the toenails, little toenails especially. Long and spine. Keep the neck as an extension of your spine. Don't throw the head back. Keep the head long. Curl the toes under. You can go to your knees for a moment as you begin to press and lift the hips into mountain. Bend your knees as much as you need to and take your hips way back to the wall behind you. Looking for a diagonal line from the middle fingers of both hands up to the sit bones on either side. Pull in your ribs, no rib dipping. And then on your next inhale, look at the space between your hands. Stepping your right foot over by your right hand. You can drop to your left knee if you like. Good. And then everybody to the left knee. Onto your fingertips or the full palm of the hand. Engage the pelvic floor, pull in the belly. Feel the work in this pose. Good. Take a nice inhale. Lift off the back knee. Exhale, a little hop to the front, long spine. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale again. Fold. And inhale, arms to the sides, coming up, all the way up, gazing up, and exhale, hands into arms. Good. So I'm going to take a little different outlook for you for a moment. We're going to do a little bit of warrior. I think we all need to be strong warriors today. So we're going to do a little bit of warrior one, okay? And I want you to find your comfortable space on your mat about 1 foot from the front of your mat, okay? About a foot to the front. Good. And then you're going to step back with your left leg. So step back. So we're passing briefly through Vajrasana flag pose. Our left heel is up, completely up. And right now my spine is at a diagonal line. My right knee is right over my right ankle, not beyond it at all. If anything, it can be shy, okay? And then I'm going to pull in my pelvic floor and belly and come up. Good. And arms are going to go up for a moment, flag pose. Good. And then hands to the heart. Great. Now, I want us to think about where we have to be on this leg to make it comfortable to keep your hips the same and not torque your knee or your ankle. And then come back. So just playing with that for a moment. Keep your right knee where it is. Don't let the right knee travel. And just sit down at a 45-degree angle with that left foot. Mine has to move out away from my midline a little further. And back. So these hip bones are not moving. We're only externally rotating the leg and not much abduction. So it's a challenge. All right, one more time. Just step the foot down. Good. And then back into flag. Take a nice inhale. And then we're going to exhale and step forward. Good. Just notice if there's any difference in how these two hip bones feel. Good. And then let's step the right leg back. So stepping the right leg back, heel is up into flag pose. So start with that diagonal line from your right heel all the way up to the crown of your head. Pull in the pelvic floor, pull in the belly, come back, come up. Good. And then arms up. So flag pose first. Heel is up. Left knee is shy of or stacked over the left ankle. Never past. Good. And then let's just bring the hands into the heart and then step out the right leg and see where it has to go. With the left knee staying where it is, just keeping that action. And then back into flag foot, flag leg. Heel is up. And again. Externally rotated, but the hips didn't move. So it's just the leg that's rotating. Put your hands on your headlights to make sure. And back. Good. One more. Good. Pull in the pelvic floor, pull in the belly, really feel that engagement. Good. And back one more time. Heel is up, belly is in, everything is engaged. Take a nice inhale, and then we're going to exhale and step forward. Good. Okay. Great. And then now we're going to open up big and wide. Okay. So we just did external rotation in warrior one, and now we're going to do external rotation with abduction. There was very little abduction at all there, just very minimal. Today, let's start with our right leg. Okay. Externally rotate the right leg. Press into the outside of your left heel. You may need to take it out a little bit. You may find that alone will help your pelvis come back up to upright just by taking out your left heel a tiny bit. Lift through the pelvic floor, lift through the abdomen. Good. And then arms to the sides. Great. Take a nice inhale. And then as you exhale, bend the knee. Great. Okay. Now we're going to play with that warrior one warrior two thing that a lot of people sometimes get in, okay? So here we're in warrior two, pelvic floor is lifted, belly is lifted, everything's lifted. And we're gonna slowly pull up that back foot and come into flag. We're not gonna externally rotate, we're just coming all the way up. And then we're gonna go back down and set ourselves down in warrior two, okay? So it's only warrior two to flag. It's not warrior two to warrior one. Ready? Okay, so coming, let the arm come down, roll the hip. The right knee stays stacked over the ankle for both poses. That leg never moves. And then slowly rolling it back down. Remember to keep the heel further out than your toes on the left foot. Good, one more time. Sweep the arm, take the leg and the belly button with it. Flag pose. And then slowly open all the way up. Replace your heel, get ready. Straighten the right leg. Good, release the arms. And then bring your feet back into parallel. Good. Notice how it feels on both sides of the body. And then externally rotate the left leg. Good. Groin is open, right heel needs to kick out a little bit. Bringing the arms up to shoulder height, palms facing the floor. Good. And then let's bend the knee, stack the knee over the ankle, not the arm. Make sure your right heel is kicked out a little bit, evening out your pelvic basket. Make sure that knee does not move. See the big toe on the inside. Good. And then we're going to slowly lift up that right back leg. Take the arms into flag. And then slowly open back up into warrior two. Good. Again. Inhale. Rolling the back heel up into warrior two. And exhale. Back into warrior two. I meant flag. Good. One more time. Up. Lift the pelvic floor, belly is in, everything's engaged. Left knee is right over the ankle or shy of. And then slowly back into warrior two. Be sure you kick your right heel out a little. Good. Straighten the left leg. Release the arms. And bring both legs to parallel. Good. Heel toe. And then stand in Tadasana. Close your eyes and take a few breaths. Just to compare, when we're doing asana, let's count your breaths per minute. Getting ready to count now. Stop. Multiply by 3, and you can share later what happens with your breath with asana. Okay? Good. So let's go back one more time. Good. Wiggle your hips just a tiny bit. Bring yourself over, spine working parallel to the floor. Right? Just getting it as parallel to the floor as you can. Place your hands either on a block or underneath your shoulders on the floor. Press into the outside of your feet. Lift your arches, lift your toes, and spread your sit bones. Pelvic floor lifts, belly lifts. Breathing, just breathing. Being in this pose, make it action-filled. And then placing your left hand on the floor underneath your sternum, so toward the center of the body. Right hand back on your sacrum. Press into the outsides of the feet. Really engage your feet, your legs, your hips. As you inhale and open the right shoulder, and exhale and close it. Keeping this in your thoracic, not in your low back. No twisting in the low back. And close, open, and close. Good. And then release both hands down. Replace the left one with the right underneath your sternum. Bring the left hand to the sacrum. Shoulder is open. We're going to use the shoulder to open us even more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Keep the hips stable. Lift the toes. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And inhale, open. And exhale, close. Both hands again underneath the shoulders. Lift the pelvic floor, re-engage. Bend your knees slightly. Bring the heels in once, nice big step. Bring the toes in front of the heels. Bring the heels in one more time. And then put your elbows above your knees. Good. Lift the pelvic floor into this deep squat. Good. Pull in the belly. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Lift your legs a little bit. Legs not to straighten, almost to straighten. Gaze down at the floor or out in front. And then bring the hips down. Good. 2 more times. Hips up. Keep your knees headed out over your second and third toes. Knees and toes must be in the same direction or you're torquing your knees. And lift. And lower. And lift. Good. This last lift, put your hands right above your knees and then exhale all the way up. Finish your heel to toe. Find your Tadasana. Be quiet and still. Just breathing, being with the body, with the mind, with the breath. Triputi. Conscious of all three energies, the body, breath, and mind. Good, and then slowly, we're going to come down into our toe balance. So you're just on the ball of the foot, the knees are in front. You can place your hands above your knees. You can always keep them on the floor. Place them above the knees. Try to lift the spine, relax your arms. Good. And then out of this space with this toe balance for a moment. This is going to sound really weird. We're going to shift the weight over to the right side. And then I want you to extend your left leg and just balance as much as you can. You can always put your hands on the floor. Okay? So just balancing as much as you can on that right leg. Hold on anywhere you need to. Good, and then bring the left leg back. Tuck that heel in underneath the hip. Find your balance again on the ball of the foot, both feet alike. And then now we're going to extend out the right leg. So balancing as much as you can on the left hip to heel. Good. Just finding what you find. Be gentle and kind to yourself. Maybe this is super easy, maybe it's super challenged. Whatever it is, it's perfect for right now. That's how the world is right now. Super unsure. Okay? Good. And then bring the other one in. Take both hips to heels. You're up. And then take your arms and walk them back behind you until you can lower your sit bones comfortably to the floor. Squeeze your knees together. Relax your groin. Really relax the groin. Really try to breathe into the whole of the groin. And then you're going to put the soles of the feet together and open the legs out. Good. See if you can open your feet a little bit as a book, as if you were reading a book on your feet, lifting the soles of the feet toward the ceiling a little. Just being wherever you are. So toes are lifted as much as they can. And then press the balls of the feet together and open the toes. Really open the toes, re-engaging all of the legs. Good. And then we're going to make our way slowly down to the floor. So I want to give you some options today for your final pose, final poses. So we're going to go into an inversion, because an inversion helps to move everything, all of the prana vayus back into their appropriate place. It really helps that. Viparita Karani Mudra, shoulder stand, headstand, any inversion. But I want you to remember that mountain pose or downward facing dog is a really wonderful half inversion, because I want you to be there for about 3 minutes. So it can just be legs up the wall. If you're on your menstrual cycle, glaucoma, or any of those things for not inverting, just put your bottom on the floor and your legs up a wall. Not too high, just enough to make sure you feel comfortable, okay? So for the rest of us, you might find either mountain pose, Viparita Karani Mudra, even bridge pose is a wonderful, wonderful inversion. So you're going to take a few moments and get yourself all settled in to your inversion, okay? And if you're not inverting, bottom is on the floor and legs are just gently on the floor. So this is perfect for those of you who are not inverting. And those of you who are inverting, either using bridge pose to invert, or Viparita Karani Mudra, or shoulder stand, or headstand, or anything in between that you might like to try. Be calm, be kind, and I'm going to count the time for your inversion. Notice your breath. Smoothing out the breath. Smoothing out the breath. Check in with your jaw. Make sure you aren't holding tension there. And then before you start your transition, I want you to think about your transition. Bring it into your mind's eye, how you're going to slowly transition into Shavasana, the hardest pose of all, according to Babaji, the hardest pose of all.
So slowly and gently find yourself in any counter pose that lets you begin to settle. And then stretching yourself out slowly into Shavasana. Take your time, there's no rush. Our most important pose, this little taste of death, Shavasana, corpse pose. Preparing our body, our mind, our soul. Finding yourself extended along the mat. If you need a blanket or want something to make you more comfortable. Letting your limbs extend beyond the mat if it's not too cold to do that. Not feeling trapped in a box, but open like a starfish. Letting gravity take over. The body sinking into the floor. And at the same time, the feeling of floating. As if your body could sink in and your soul could float. Your eyes are heavy in the sockets and your tongue is soft in the mouth. The jaw is released. Your lips may part slightly, no one cares. Surrender. Pranayama. Just letting go. Total permission to let go. Surrendering again to gravity. Letting go. heavy body, weightless soul. Allowing yourself a few more moments of complete surrender. Slowly and gently bringing awareness into the breath, noticing the rise and fall of your belly or your chest. Allowing the breath to deepen just a little. Letting your eyes roll in the sockets in one direction and then the other. Letting the tongue roam the mouth, the back of the teeth, the roof of the mouth. Swishing it along the front of the teeth. And then opening the mouth wide as if you were yawning. Bringing the senses online, wiggle the nose, wriggle the ears. Begin to swim the fingers and twinkle the toes. Deciding how you want to make your way over to either side into embryo pose. You can shrink up, you can stretch out, however you would like to make your way over, curl up gently, softly into embryo. Anything that no longer serves us, leaving it behind in corpse pose. Coming into this new, fresh beginning. And then slowly and gently, keeping your chin tucked into your chest until the very last moment of coming up, begin to press the floor away, spiraling up. And at the very end, stacking your head over your spine and relaxing totally into the body. Bringing the hands into the heart, Anjali. Any merit we may have earned this morning, we lift it up to the welfare of all sentient beings. Please, please, we hold all of America in great hope today. Slowly and gently, ending your practice with an Om. Exhaling the breath out and inhaling. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste.
I'm coming. I'm going to be right there to talk to you. All right, let me fix it where I can see you and you can see everybody else if you go to gallery right now. Yeah. Okay. I think you're all fixed where you can unmute if you'd like. And let me just make sure. Yes. Thanks, Jean. Appreciate you coming. Yeah. I just want to remind people we have sutra class today in about an hour and 15 minutes for those of you who want to have a nice breakfast and then go to mountmadonna.org and come into sutra class. We're starting book 1, so it's an exciting time to start with the folks. All right, so we're on election day and it's really weird thinking that we're not going to know anything, but thank goodness we kind of have made peace with that we're not going to know anything for a few days and nobody's going to be throwing in the towel until we're sure this time. Because I really felt like last election, she threw in the towel before it was even time to even think about it and consider it. So hopefully that's not the case. Any questions about practice? Any questions about the breathing? How was your breath today? Tell me what you found. How was there a difference in your breath when you did pranayama? Did it get less? Did it get more nervous? Did it get quicker? What happened after your meditation? What happened when you counted in asana? Why don't a few of you share with me your experience? I'd love to know. Anybody? Jana?
Yeah, mine was, my breath was consistently at 12 for pranayama and meditation, but during asana it was 21.
All right. Okay. So who says cardio doesn't get involved in asana practice?
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else? Cam, you were about to speak. You want to unmute and try?
Yeah. I'm not quite sure why that's happening. I'm going to go in the other room. Hold on.
It is happening because you have two devices and it echoes and circles.
Yeah, one of them's muted, but it doesn't seem to matter.
We can hear you fine. So go ahead and tell us about your breath.
Okay, so when I was doing pranayama, it was 6. And when we're after meditation, when you had us do it, it was 4. And then during asana, it was up around 12.
Okay, so double.
So there's a big difference.
Yeah. Anybody else? Thank you, Dalia. So nice to see you. Glad you're here. Sylvia, how was it for you?
For whom did you say?
You.
I missed the instruction in the beginning.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, well, we were just counting by the minutes to see. Manipa, how was it for you?
Mine was in meditation and in pranayama in the beginning was 12. And at the asana, after the asana, it went to 15.
Okay, all righty. Yeah. So you all see like where the breath goes, the mind goes, where the mind goes, the pran goes. And so that relationship of body to breath to mind is palpable. I mean, we know it. How did you guys do in your shavasana today? I want to see if anybody felt like all of a sudden their body was weighted and their soul wasn't. If you could feel that you didn't have to follow your body weight with everything that was happening in you. Anybody have any sensations or any body comments or anything that happened?
I don't know if this is what you are asking, but I felt one of my most focused Shavasanas. And I don't know how to explain it because I was clear. It's not that the mind was busy, but I was very alert. Not alert in a bad way, conscious in a way. So it was interesting for me to see that.
It's like a good yoga nidra, you know, like for yoga nidra, the first couple years, I went to sleep every time. I tried not to, but I went to sleep. I couldn't ever find that stage of like listening and being in that nidra state, you know, that dream sleep state without falling into actually sleeping and dreaming. So I do know exactly what you mean. You know, it takes a while, or I don't know if it even takes any time. I think it's the grace of God, period. Sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else, anything else about?
I felt
Yes, Manipa.
like that body weight was gone down my floor to the earth, and kind of felt for a while kind of weightless, but I was conscious about it.
That's the kind of state I was looking for, where you could really feel that your body was heavy and you were transcending that with your real self, right? That heavy body was there, but that you were so beyond that, that your essence is not that heavy body. Your essence is little God sparks, right? So good. Excellent. That if any of you felt that heaviness and you could feel that you were beyond that heaviness of your body, then I'd say you had a pretty dadgum good meditation in Shavasana, right? And that was sort of my goal for today, was you guys to just end the class on that Shavasana, because it's a day where we're going to be, everybody in the US is going to be totally filled with anxiety all day long. And it's going to last for a while. It's kind of like I mentioned it, like when you, well, you know, those of you who, it would be prostate or breast, you know, you've been in for a prostate check or a breast check and found out you needed a biopsy, and then we're waiting. That's exactly how this day feels. You know, I've had a biopsy and I'm waiting. It's, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
So in other countries, like I have 20 texts from a group from Colombia that text like once or twice a week, just today.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the world is waiting to see what happens. They're waiting to see who makes up America. Pretty scary. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was pretty confident that we were okay, and then I just have to not watch it any today. I'm not going to watch, you know. So if you need to tell me something, you need to call me or text me or WhatsApp me, because I am not watching the news. Yeah, yeah, it's a little too much. A little too much. So how many of you are thinking that you can actually wake up and join me at 6 o'clock on Thursday that are in California?
I'm going to try.
All right, so here I might have two or three. All righty. I know it's going to be a challenge. I do know that. I totally understand it. Yeah. Yeah, it would be a challenge. Ken's got his, all right. Surya Prakash is saying, yep, he's coming. Or do you have a question, sir?
With the
Yes, Brenda, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I think I'll be able to join. You know, with the time change, it makes it a lot easier. So. Oh,
good, good, good. Yeah, because I would, Alfredo, I'm counting on you. Surya Prakash, did you raise your hand saying you're coming, or do you have a question? Because you can just unmute and ask a question if you have one. Okay. Ashok, are you going to try 6 a.m.?
I'll try.
Yes, I am.
Still getting the change of timing.
I know.
So,
Get that one blessed hour of extra sleep and then it's over. Yeah, I remember that well.
thank you for offering. Thank you for offering the class 2 days a week. It really helps to form a routine.
You're so welcome. And good. Both Alfredo and Surya Prakash are coming. So great. So hopefully, and I know for those of us here in Guatemala, it's easy because our time didn't change. But for those of you on the West Coast, it's like, what? So more power to you. I hope you can make it. And if you come in a little late, don't worry about it. That'll be fine. I'll never know. All righty. Well, I'm going to go and have breakfast. It is an hour later for my breakfast. My tummy is growling. I'm surprised you didn't hear it at some point during the class. Yes, it is it feels like we're totally just waiting for the results of the biopsy. So yes, the results of Who is America. So much love to each and every one of you. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Remember, go put your pearls on for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, honoring her on this day of election. And much love to all of you. Okay? Take care. See you soon.